President Joe Biden is getting trashed by conservative media for his weak response to the Maui fire crisis. Donald Trump has been indicted a fourth time, but says he will release irrefutable evidence next week that will exonerate him in Georgia. Russia's currency is crashing as inflation eats up the Russian currency, and Ukraine can't seem to get ahead in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Thank you so much for liking and sharing these videos on Twitter and Facebook. It really helps me out, seriously, so thank you guys so much. President Joe Biden faced backlash last week after telling a reporter he had no comment on the rising death toll and fires in Maui, Hawaii. And it didn't help that he was on the beach while all of this was happening. However, he has seemingly attempted to make up for it by committing $700 per household to those affected in Maui. He stated, "We're laser focused on getting aid to survivors, including critical need assistance, a one-time $700 payment per household offering relief during an unimaginably difficult time." Wow, $700 for an unimaginably difficult time. Biden's like, surf up, dudes. Sorry your family lost people and your house. Here's $700. Good luck. Meanwhile, I'm going to send $20 billion to Ukraine. Mahalo. Do you think American taxpayer money should go to Americans first before it's given away to other countries? Or would that just be too logical? I mean, right now, they give all of our money away to other people, and then if there's anything left over, oh, here's a 3% raise to Social Security, even though inflation's double that. Oh, here's a little bit of money to senior citizens. Here's money to disabled people. Just grosses me out. I hope the people of Maui get way more than $700 to get through this unimaginable crisis. Now, speaking of sacrifice, our gas prices are jumping quickly right now due to Biden's extreme policies against American-drilled oil. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen attempted to defend her administration by claiming the increase is partly due to the summer driving season. Oh, that's weird. It jumped by like 40 cents overnight. Wasn't everybody driving the entire summer? And claimed that prices were still much lower than they were a year ago, so we should all be grateful. Well, I looked it up, and we're only off by 11 cents. 11 cents. Oh, I'm so grateful, Janet Yellen, for that 11 cent savings. Thanks so much. Now, if prices keep climbing, then we're going to face extreme backlash, because what's going to happen is gas prices are going to go up, which means inflation is going to go up, which means the prices of goods and services are going to go up. And right now, most American wallets can't handle another price increase. So they need to get this gas situation under control. Former President Donald Trump and 18 other co-defendants have been indicted on 41 counts in Georgia on charges related to running a mob and conspiring to defraud the government. Now, prosecutors explain the charges in a more simple manner by stating Trump and others knowingly and willfully joined a conspiracy to unlawfully change the outcome of the election in the favor of Trump. The defendants in the case allegedly lied to Georgia state officials, created pro-Trump electors, and solicited Mike Pence to help. Other well-known people indicted were attorney Rudy Giuliani and Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows. Now, in response to the new indictment, former President Donald Trump vowed to completely exonerate himself on Truth Social. He stated, "A large, complex, detailed, but irrefutable report on the presidential election fraud which took place in Georgia is almost complete and will be presented by me at a major news conference at 11 a.m. on Monday of next week in Bedminster, New Jersey." So, like you, I would like to see what he has to say, and I want to see what he has to show. Could it be he's going to show the 2,000 Mules documentary, which got a lot of attention a year ago? Or does he have something stronger than that? I'll be here to let you know what's really going on. Now, during an interview with MSNBC, Hillary Clinton reacted to Trump's fourth indictment by laughing hysterically before switching tones and saying, "I don't feel any satisfaction." Okay, then why were you laughing? Now, I feel great, profound sadness that we have a former president that's been indicted, she said. While one may argue this was nervous laughter, to me, it seemed like she is actually reveling in the fact that Trump might go to jail for 747 years. Now, I remember when Trump teased about the idea of locking her up over the 33,000 emails that she smashed with a hammer and then put bleach and magnets and all of that. But once he took office, he moved on and never did anything. But it looks like she's grateful that he could be going to jail. And maybe you are too. Let me know your thoughts down below. Should Trump go to jail for 700 years or should they leave him alone? Let me know your thoughts down below. As Trump tries to find a way out of his many legal woes, Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis has tried to backtrack on previous comments to help boost his polling numbers. In regard to his feud with Disney, DeSantis stated, "My wife and I got married at Disney World, so it's not like we're opposed. I mean, we appreciated working with them over the years, but I would just say, go back to what you did well. I think it's going to be the right business decision." Now, do you think DeSantis should be getting involved in other businesses' decisions? I mean, if Disney wants to go down the gay rights or the transgender rights or whatever it is rights, isn't that their right as a business? And then Americans can vote with their wallet like they did in the case of benefiting Coca-Cola or trashing Bud Light. Shouldn't the consumer decide, or should the government get involved in cases like this? Let me know down below. Now, as it currently stands, Ron DeSantis is no longer second place in the Republican primary. He's been beat out, according to Kaplan Strategy polls, by Vivek Ramaswamy, and even Mike Pence is set to overtake Ron DeSantis. How on earth is Mike Pence becoming more popular than Ron DeSantis? I don't know. It's a mystery to me. But if I had to make a bet, I think Trump will win the Republican primaries if the GOP will allow it, because he's 37 points ahead of the second place person. However, he might have to win this from jail if the people fighting to put him in jail get their way. Kind of crazy times, right? Like, imagine the history books 100 years from now. China has just given the United States the middle finger after it joined the Taliban in celebrating the 2-year anniversary of President Joe Biden's botched Afghanistan withdrawal. China's foreign defense minister stated, 2 years on, with the active support of Afghanistan's neighbors and other countries in the region, the transition in Afghanistan has been generally stable, and the future of the nation is back in the hands of its people, a historic achievement. So, Biden had his horrible withdrawal. Then we had 13 Marines killed in suicide bombs that they knew about but did nothing about. Nobody's been held accountable. Then we find out that Biden has given the Taliban $2.5 billion of American taxpayer money. Do you think President Biden or his staff will ever be held accountable for the way in which they withdrew from Afghanistan? Or will history paint him as a great wartime president? Let me know your thoughts down below. Okay, now Russia is getting hit, and in a different way than you would expect. Over in Russia, its banks hiked their interest rates to 12% in an attempt to prevent the collapse of the ruble. The Bank of Russia stated inflationary pressure is building up. The pass-through of the ruble's depreciation to prices is gaining momentum, and inflation is expected to rise. Now, at the start of the invasion, inflation spiked, which caused the ruble to drop, but then it was able to stabilize. It looks like it's dropping again. Now, do you think this is inflation the rest of the world has felt and it's just now reaching Russia? Or does this have to do with the 1,000 sanctions that they've put on Russia finally feeling the effect in Russia? Let me know what you think down below. Now, while there's no doubt Russia has taken a hit due to the war, its defense minister has claimed that Ukraine's situation is much worse. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu stated, The preliminary results of combat operations show that Ukraine's military resources are almost exhausted. While this statement alone is damaging, Shoigu also touched on the likelihood of not using nuclear weapons during a security conference. He stated, "From a military point of view, there's no need to use nuclear weapons in Ukraine to achieve our set of goals. So, although it's bad news for Ukraine, this could be potential good news for the rest of the world, as nobody wants to see this war end in nuclear conflict." While many House conservatives are against funding the Ukraine war continually, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is not one of those people. Rich Mitch stated, "On the contrary, I'm with the Biden officials that Russia has to lose in Ukraine and we can't put a time limit on it." So basically, he's willing to give as much of your money to Ukraine as necessary in order for Ukraine to win. Mitch McConnell also last week said that fellow Republicans should not vote to impeach Joe Biden. So maybe he's right. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below about Rich Mitch Biden. All right, before you go, let me remind you that you are amazing. There's a lot of places to get your news, so I really appreciate you stopping by. Please give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and check out one of these other videos. Hey, thanks so much, and I will see you on the next video.